This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So yesterday we have seen bidirectional flow. And example is what? Registration, right? Okay, example is registration flow. That's it. So today our focus is bidirectional flow. Today, let's focus on, unidirectional flow, right? Yesterday, unidirectional flow. Yesterday we have seen unidirectional flow, and the example is unidirectional flow here yesterday. Okay, example is registration flow. So today we see bidirectional flow. And example is what? Let's take the order status. Order status or order details, whatever you call it as. Order status or details. Because when you click on the order number, you will get the order details, right? So anything is fine. So now, so today's our focus is bidirectional flow. In the bidirectional flow, what are the different layers involved? What are the different layers involved? We discussed, right? So first one is there is a presentation layer or UI layer. From there it will go to the controller. From there it will go to the facade layer. From there it will go to the service layer. From there it will go to DAO layer. In the DAO layer, we write the flexible search query. That query returns the results that will pass to the service layer. From service layer, again it will come to the facade layer. In the facade layer, there is a converter and there is a populator. There is a converter, there is a populator. From there, it will come to the controller. From the controller, it comes to the presentation layer or UI layer. This is the flow. We'll see. We'll see that complete flow today. That's it. Now, to understand this, bidirectional flow or order status or order details or this complete flow, we need to place one order. Let's place one order first. Now, tell me, shall I place the order from the site or you want me to show how to place the order from back office? Shall I place from website or you want me to show how to place order from back office?
From back office.
So back office. The reason is this we practiced a lot. Okay, this we practiced a lot. Let's see how to place the order from back office. Okay, so how to place from the order, how to place the order from website, we have seen a lot. Let's see how to place the order from back office. Now I am placing the order for which user. So you can see here, please. Right now Chenna is logged in, and if you go to the order history, there are no orders. So right now Chenna RRS is login. Okay, Chenna RRS is login, and if you go to the order history, okay, so no orders, right? No orders because we did not place any. Now let me place one order for this. So go to the back office. Okay, go to the back office and you can go to orders. You can go to orders, click on plus symbol, and the order number will be auto generated. Don't enter. Then user, for whom you are placing the order, for Chenna RRS. User, for whom you are placing the order, Chenna RRS. You can give something like a date, and you can give the currency is what? GBP, and say done. Now let's see what is the order number. So what is the order number? 2001. Okay, so you can see 2001 is the order number. So this is the order number, and it is not having any entries. That's why total is 0 and so on and so on. So we place the order. Order will have the items. Order will have the entries. So now let me add the entries. I'll just go and select some entries. So let's say this is the one product I want to add item to cart. So this is the order number. Okay, so you can go to the order. You can go to the order and you can go to the positions and prices and attach the entries for the order. Attach the orders or attach the entries or items for the order. That we can do from entries. So you can click on this one and specify the product. So this is the product I want to add to cart or add to order. So make sure you are selecting the online. Okay, so then unit, let's say pieces, then quantity, let's say 3. Say done and click on save. Like this we added one item. Now I want to add one more item. Okay, so I will add 3 items here. So let me add this item to cart. Okay, take this, go here, click on this one. So product, okay, then pieces. So let's say this is the 4 quantity and say save. Now finally I want to add one more, which is the caps. Let me add this one. This is the product number. Okay, this is the product number and select this and give the product number online and pieces and quantity, let's say 2 and say done. Click on save. That's it. So these are the orders and this is the order and order entries. Can you see this one, please? Order is 2001. Then the order entries will be what? 2001.0, 2001.1, 2001.2, like that. So this is how the entries. And the entries also stored in the entries table. You can see orders table, order entry table. Here also you can see those. So these are the ones just now we added. These are the ones just now we added. So therefore, you can do from order entries or you can do from order, then select the corresponding order, then positions and prices. Either one is fine. Okay. Now we added the item to cart or we added the item to order, and you can see here base price is not there. So you can give some base price for it. Okay. So right now this quantity is what? We have given the quantity 3, right? So let me make this as 333. Click on save. Okay, that's it. So now let me give the base price for this. So let's say 222. Okay, I am giving the base price for this. Okay, let's say 444. Like this, I just given the base prices. Okay, like this, I have given the base prices. Okay, now if you go here, so we have given the base price, all these things. Now, if you observe, still totally 0. If you observe, still totally 0. Why totally 0 here? Because we have the quantity, we have the base price. We have the quantity, we have the base price. Still totally 0. The reason is we need to recalculate the totals. There is a function here. You can see recalculate the order total. This is the function. You need to execute this function. Once you execute the function, you can see the difference. Now you are all set. Now you can see. So this is the order we placed, and this is having 3 items, and you can go and see each item. So this is the base price and total price. So this is the base price, total price, base price, total price. Okay. So this item base price into quantity, this item base price into quantity, this item base price into quantity. If you sum all these things, that's nothing but the total price of the order. Okay, total price of the order. Like this, you place the order. Now this order you placed for whom? ChennaReddyTraining. Now if ChennaReddyTraining come to the website, can he see the order or not? If ChennaReddyTraining come to the website, can he see the order? Can he see the order? Yes or no?
Yes.
He should
If it is a center.
Okay, he should see, but it's not showing right now. Why it is not showing right now? The reason is, okay, so we placed the order. We placed the order. Now when Chenna come to website, still not able to see because first reason. Okay, because the first reason is, you can see here, whenever you place the order, there is a status. So order status, it is empty right now. You need to give some status. Let's say order is created, order is approved, order is pending, like that. So I'll give order is created. Okay. So therefore, first one, we maintain the order status. Good. Now let's go to the website and see. Let's go to the website and see. Is it coming? It's not coming. Why? The reason is you placed the order. This order belongs to which website? Is it Apparel UK, Apparel Germany, Electronics, Power Tools? You need to specify that information also. So therefore, you can go here. Okay, you can go here and specify the base store. So this is the Apparel UK, right? Apparel UK base store. Now go here, refresh and see, it's coming. So therefore, whenever you place the order, to bring that order into website, what are important? Order status and base store value. And if you want to put the website value, you can put it, but base store is the key. If you want to put the website value, you can put the website value, but base store is the main one. Okay, so where is that? Where did we specify? Prices and the positions. Okay, here. So if you want to specify the website, you can specify, but base store is the key to bring it. So therefore, based on the base store only, we are identifying what are the associated order for this website. So this website is having the base store, that is nothing but the Apparel UK. And for this order, you have attached the base store. So therefore, this website base store is Apparel UK. This order base store is Apparel UK, which is matching. That's why it is able to bring the orders. Now this is the order. Now when you click on the order, you are getting the order details. When you click on the order, you are getting the order details. Okay, when you click on the order, you are getting the order details. This is how we can play the order from back office and try to bring that to the website. This is how we can play the order from back office and try to bring that from the website. Now let's see our requirement is what we want to see the bidirectional flow example, which is the order status or order details. So this is what we want to see. Why we are calling this is a bidirectional? Let's recap this one. So you can see, so this is the order number basically. Okay, so let's recap our original discussion. So this is the order number, and you are clicking on the order number. When you click on the order number, it will all the way go to the database, get this particular order information and display in the UI. Yes or no?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. So that's why this is what the order number, and you are clicking on this order number. When you click on the order number, basically this is the UI. Okay, so basically this is the UI. Now you are clicking on the order number. The moment you click on the order number, this order number all the way passed to the database. So let's say this is what your database. Database can be Oracle, database can be HANA, whatever it may be. So this order number all the way passed to the database. So here some query will be triggered. So let's say select star from order. Okay, order entry where order number equal to so what is the order number? 2001. Okay, so this will give some details. Okay, so this will give some details. That details you are taking and again displaying in the UI. You can see I click on the order number. This is all the way going to the database and it is giving the details. That details you are getting back and displaying in the UI. So that's why we are calling this scenario is like a bidirectional flow. That's why we are calling this scenario is like a bidirectional flow. That's it. That's why we are calling this scenario is like a bidirectional flow. You can see. So these order details all the way coming and displaying all here. Okay, that's why we are calling this as a bidirectional flow. So therefore, this is the UI. Okay, so this is the UI or presentation layer. So here you are clicking something. When you click on the something, then this order number going all the way to the database. In the database, some queries are triggered based on the query results, our query is giving the results. That results you are carrying to the front end and displaying the front end. Now let's see how this code is given. Now let's see how this code is given for us. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good. Very good. Now let's see how do we do this one. So the step number one, first one is what? Okay. First one is what? Identify the UI. Okay, let's go here. So this is the order number. Let's identify the UI. Okay, identify the UI. That means presentation layer. So let's take one example. So you can see right now this is the order. Assume that this order is having some discount, and right now that discount is not there. If you go to your machine, if you observe in your computer, in your system, this is not there. This is coming because I coded it. Okay, so the requirement is if order is having any discount, I want to display it. So there is a requirement. If order is having any discount, I want to display it. Actually, this information should come from back database, but for now I will hard code and show you how to get from database. We will see in the next example. How to get from database, we will see in the next example. For now, I'll just hard code it and show you. So therefore, requirement is what? If you go to your website, you will not see this here. So this is the order. If order is having any discount, I want to display it. This is the requirement. So to do that, what we will do? So I told you how to find the UI. First of all, you need to add a label here. Then you need to add this discount here. So now let's see how do we identify the labels. Whatever you want to identify. So right click inspect element there. Right click inspect element there. Now you can see. Okay. So you can see. If you hover this, this is the heading that this one. So therefore, I will take this. And search in the okay. So I will take that and search in the UI. So which is nothing but the JSP R tag file. Okay, which is nothing but the JSP R tag file. If you are not able to
comma is not there after JSP.
*.jsp comma *.tag file. Okay, now you can see there are 6 occurrences. Out of the 6 occurrences, okay, do I need to focus on first one, third one, fourth one? No need.
No.
So we know that our UI code is there in the star storefront extension. Directly jump to the star storefront extension. Okay, in the star storefront extension, let's see how many times it is having. In the star storefront extension, let's see how many times it is having. Okay, so the first one is what you can see here. So there is a account my code. Is it a code functionality here?
No.
No. So then there is a one more thing called account order history page, which is exactly matching with the current requirement. The name is also matching. So to prove that this is the correct one, then you just delete this, click on save. Now come here, refresh and see. If these headings are not coming, then that is the correct place. Okay, now you can see that head labels are not coming. So that means this is the correct place. So therefore here you have, okay, so here you have order number like that, right? Now I want to add a RRS discount. So therefore, however you have these things, you can just copy that and paste it one more time. Okay, so just give the name as order history.RRS discount. Order history.RRS discount, like that you can give the name. And come here, refresh. Now you can see it's coming. It is coming, but it is not having the proper name. So where can we give the proper display label names? Where can we give the proper display label names?
Properties.
So therefore, this is like a key. This is like a key. Take that key. Okay. Take that key. Go to the corresponding property files. Okay. Corresponding property files. And in the existing place, you can see. So order placed. This place is there, right? So where we have this one, order number, order status, and all. In that place, create our key and specify the value. Whatever value you will specify here, that will come to the UI. So I just specified RRS discount 123. You can see RRS discount 123 is coming. So if you remove the 123, then RRS discount will come. Like that, you can create the labels. Like that, you can create the labels. The next one is what? So this one, this is nothing but the order discount value. Actually, this should come from the calculation. This should come from the database. For now, I will hard code it. We will see how to take from the database, get from the database to the UI in the next example. Okay, now I want to display here. So therefore, I need to find out where is the UI logic for this. So then I can right click inspect element in this section. I can right click inspect element in this section. Okay. I can right click inspect element in this section. Now you can see which is the, so if you see here, you can see any name or ID or class name which is unique. Any name or ID or class name which is unique. So right now I can see, okay, so this one is what? Table something is there. Okay, so if I go up, that is the heading. If I come down, table data. So this is the href. Which one will give less occurrences here? Which one will give less occurrences? So let's see this one. Responsive table cell, bold. This will give more results only, not less. Status, class equal to status. This may give less. Let's see, class equal to status. How many places it is there? Okay, you can go here, search in the star JSP, star tag. So there are 10 occurrences. That's good. So now out of that, do I need to focus on first one, second one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one? No need. Because we all know that UI code is there in the star storefront extension. So directly jump onto the star storefront extension. Okay, directly jump onto the star storefront extension. Then you can see here, account return history. Am I doing the returns right now?
No,
No. Right now? No. So that's why this is not the correct occurrence. So let's go here. Now this is the quote. Am I doing the quote right now? No. So the next one is account order history page. This is what is somehow matching with the current requirement. So this is what somehow matching with the current requirement. Now to prove that this is the correct one, so just delete this status. Just delete the status. Come here, refresh and see. If the status is not coming, this is the correct one. In this place, you need to do the changes. Is the status is coming now?
No.
Status is coming now? No. So that means this is the correct place. Next, here I want the this is discount, right? So you can see I am trying to create one more div and hard coded for now. Okay, so hard coded for now. Let's say 29%. I am just hard coding for now. So in the next example, we will see how to get this value from the database and display in the UI. For now, I hard coded the 29%. So that's why 29% is coming here. This is how you can identify the UI. Is that clear?
Yes, Channa.
This is how you can identify the UI and do the changes. Any questions so far?
No, Channa.
Okay, good.
No, sir.
If no questions, okay. So the next one is what? So you are clicking on this order number. When you click on the order number, controller will be called. So let's see the controller logic. So how to identify the controller? When you click on this one, controller is called. When you click on this one, control is called. So that's where right click, inspect element on that and see what is there. Okay, so you are clicking on this. When you click on this one, so it is having the hyperlink. That is nothing but the target link. This is having the hyperlink, which is nothing but the target link. Okay, so you can see here. So you are clicking on this order number. So when you click on the order number, it is having the hyperlink, which is nothing but the target. So therefore, now if you observe this, okay, so I told you yesterday, after English, whatever we have, that we need to focus. After language code, whatever we have, we need to focus. After language code, what do we have? So my account. Good. After that, orders. There's a difference here. So here, orders is there. Here, order is there. There's a difference here. So that means from here, you need to focus. So order number, that is a dynamic. So you cannot search with that. So therefore, /order/ you can take and search it. Okay, /order/ you can take and search it in only controller. *controller.java, you can search it. When you search it, there are 28 occurrences. You can see here, please. When you search it, there are 28 occurrences. So out of the 28 occurrences, okay, so do I need to focus on the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one and all? No need. Directly you can jump onto the second one. In the second one, let's see how many times it is there. So in the second one, you can see cancel order page. Am I doing a cancel right now?
No.
No. So that's why you can move on to the next one. So this is also cancel. Move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. This is the return order. Am I doing a return? No. Let's move on to the next one. So this is the product text field configurator and all. It is not matching with the current requirement. Now this is order entry overview controller. It's not an overview kind of thing. So now you can see account page controller. Can you see this one, please? So right now this is my account, right? My account page controller. So that means it is somehow matching. It is somehow matching. But what is this? What is the guarantee that this is the correct one? Okay, what is the guarantee that this is the correct one? So you can observe once. Okay, observe once this one, please. Then we will do the debugging also. Okay, so just observe the this request mapping once. So I am telling this is the correct code, this is the correct method. Why I am telling this is the correct code, this is the correct method, you can observe once. So first thing, so there is an order number here, and you can see there is an order number here. Okay, order code. Then order /order is there. You can see /order is there. And before /order, my account is there. My account is also there. So that means our URL, target URL is matching with the controller request mapping. That means this is the correct controller, this is the correct code, this is the correct method. Okay. Now, how do we prove it? If you want to prove it, you need to debug it. How to start the debug server in the debug mode? We already discussed all those things. Now directly I'm putting the breakpoint here. I'm putting the breakpoint here. So that means in the UI, if I click on this order number, it should come there. So let's see if it is coming there or not. I click on this order number. I click on the order number. You can see it's coming here. That means this is the correct controller, this is the correct method, this is the correct code for that particular scenario. For that particular scenario. Good. Now let's understand the. So yesterday, what is the input for the controller? Yesterday, what is the input for the controller?
Form object.
Form object, because customer enter last data. Now today, what is the input? Today, what is the input?
Path variable.
Order number. Okay, order number. So that's why you can see in the code. So you are getting the order number here. You can see. Okay, order number. So order code. You can see this is the order number. Okay, that's it. Next, yesterday, what did we do? Tell me. Yesterday, what did we do?
Validation on form object.
We have done the validations and we have created the data object, right? Now today, okay, today for the current scenario, shall I do the validations? Is it required? Is it required to do the validations for today's scenario? Is it required to do the validations for today's scenario?
No, not required.
Not required. Why?
Because it's already displayed, we are retrieving it.
Because see, you are asking the customer to click it. How customer will do the mistake? Yesterday, what happened? You ask customer to enter it. That means he may do mistake. Yesterday, you ask the customer to enter first name, last name, all those things. That's why he may do mistake. But today, you are not asking the customer to enter it. You are clicking. You are asking to click it. And this is the value you only given. You given this value. We given this value. We are asking the customer to click it. So that's why we don't need it. If you want to do it, you can do it here. No one will stop. But why do you want to do it? So therefore, is it required to do the validations for today? Answer is no need. Because customer is just clicking, not entering any data. So that's why validations are not required. Next, so yesterday we created data object. Is it required to create a data object now?
Not need.
Create a data object now?
Not required.
Not required. Why?
It's just a single attribute.
So yesterday we have bunch of the data. Yesterday we have first name, okay, last name, email ID, confirm ID, or password, confirm password, like that. So many are there. But today it's only one, which is nothing but order number. Which is nothing but order number. Only one is there. If only one is there, then what is there to keep, filter it and do it all those things? So we don't need it. So that's why it's time to call the next layer. What is the next layer?
Facade layer.
Facade layer. And what is the syntax I told yesterday? Okay, so for customer facade, for order facade, for cart facade, like that. Now you can see here. So right now this is order facade dot get order details of, you pass your order number. That's it. You pass your order number. That's it. Are you guys are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now I am going to the facade layer. Okay, so this is the facade layer. So click on F8 for the next breakpoint. So it's coming here. Next, so now for facade layer, what is the input? Input is order number. Okay, now yesterday what did we do in facade layer?
Created model object.
Okay, so created database true representation. Okay, database true representation of the record. Database true representation of the record, or database record true representation, that equal to asterisk model object. Now do I need to create now? Okay, because based on that order number you want to get the data. So today, do I need to create model object now? Answer is no need, because it's just a it's a order number used in query to get the data. So you don't need to do anything. So that's why call the next layer. What is the next layer?
Service
layer. Okay, service layer. So yesterday it is like a account service, right? So here today it is a customer order number, right? So that's why you can see customer account service. Customer account service, like that we have services. Okay. Okay, now you can see customer account service dot get order, this one is there. So now I'll go to the implementation of this. Before I go there, I'll just put the breakpoint here. Okay, so now I'm going to the facade layer. This is the facade layer. Sorry, service layer. This is the service layer. Click on F8. Now this is the service layer. Okay, so what did we do yesterday in service layer? Or okay, so let me ask this question. For service layer, what is the input today?
model
Order number, yeah.
sorry, order number.
Okay, okay. So what did we do yesterday in service layer?
A DB logic.
Okay, perform the database save operation. Now is that required now today?
No.
Okay, so is this required for today's scenario? No need, because we are not saving anything in the database. We are retrieving from the database. Is this required for today's scenario? Answer is no, because so we just want to retrieve the retrieve the information, order or order entry information from database based on order number. So therefore query is required, basically flexible search query required, FSQ is required. Okay, so not the DB save operation. FSQ is required, not the DB save operation. So hence this is not required. Okay, so hence we don't need to perform DB save operation. Now the question is, where generally, I am using the word called generally. Generally, where can we write the queries? Query means what is the equivalent terminology in SAP Commerce? Query equivalent terminology in SAP Commerce.
Flexible
Search query. Generally, where we write in another file called DAO, data access object file. It's another file. So you can see here, you can go and see. Okay, so star.dao.java, you can see. Okay, so let's say you want to see cart related, right? So cart DAO, cart entry DAO. So here you have some queries. You can see here you have some queries. Similarly, you want to see order related queries. Order star DAO.java. You can see order DAO something. So here so many queries are there. Find the order by order number. Like that queries are there. So therefore, generally, now I have given the nice conclusion here, one line conclusion. Generally, where do we write the queries? Queries, flexible search queries in another file called DAO file. So therefore, now it's time to call the DAO layer, which is another file. That's it. How do you call? You can see here. So this is the customer account related, right? Just now I told for cart you have cart DAO, for order DAO, address DAO, like that. This is the customer account DAO dot. This is the method given. So you can open this. So this is the DAO file. Now you can see. Can you observe this one, please? I will just say F8. Okay. Now you can see here. For this input is again order number. So now I am in the DAO layer. What is the step number 5, right? Step number 5, DAO layer. Okay. So please pay attention. So in the DAO, what is the purpose of DAO layer? What is the purpose of the DO layer? What is the purpose of DO file? Execute the queries.
Execute database queries.
Execute the queries. Execute the queries. Okay. Now, so to execute the queries, so in bracket flexible search queries, we have 3 steps here. That's it. Simple, straightforward. We have 3 steps. Step number 1, write the query. Okay. So step number 1, write the query. Okay. So you can see, so we are writing the query. So this is the query we are writing. So to understand this one, it is very easy to understand here. So you can see this is a left side variable. That's it. So it is just a variable. Okay, it is just a variable. In this variable, okay, I am writing a select command. Select. I want to get information from the order, right? Order is in the database. In the commerce, what is the equivalent entity? For order, you have order model. For cart, you have cart model. For address, you have address model. For user, you have user model. For customer, you have customer model. So therefore, I want order PK. Select order PK and order creation time, comma, then order code. Okay, from which table? From which table? Order type code table. Or in a simple word, order table. In a simple word, order table. Now I am writing the where condition. Where, okay, order code equal to whatever you entered. Order code equal to whatever you entered. Okay, order code equal to whatever you enter. Are you guys are following?
Yes,
Hello. Yes, good. And order is having version, like a staged version or online version, like that will be there for order.
No.
No. So that's why is null. Okay, order version is null. And what happened? Okay, and okay, and okay. So then this order is placed by which user? This order is placed by which user? Whoever logged in. Okay, next, and this order is from which store? Whatever current base store. Like this, I created the query. Like this, I created the query. Now, in this query, are there any dynamic values expected for this query? How many dynamic values are expected for this query to execute? How many dynamic values are expected for this query to execute?
3.
3. So one is what? Order code. Second one is what? Customer. Third one is store. So therefore, step number 1 is create query. We created. Now it requires some dynamic parameter, dynamic values. So that's why step number 2 is set the query parameters. So step number 2 is set the query parameters. So how many query parameters I need to set? I need to set the order code. I need to set the customer. I need to set the base store. How do we do that? So if you want to do that, you can see, you can create a map and say map.put. Okay, customer model. Okay, then order code, the code whatever you are getting from the UI. Then store, which is nothing but the base store model. Base store model. Like that, you can set the query parameters whatever required for that particular query. That's it. That is the second step. Then third step is execute the query. So to execute the query, we have flexible search service. Flexible search service. Okay, so you can see to execute the queries, we have flexible search service. dot unique search or search unique. That means get the unique records. So for this method, you need to pass your query and pass the query parameter. You need to pass your query and pass the query parameter. You need to pass the query and pass the query parameters. Okay, so that will give what? So this will give what? Okay, so select star from order details it will give, right? Order details it will give. Is it going to give multiple order details or only one order detail? Is it going to give multiple order details or only one order detail?
Only one.
Only one. That order is nothing but whatever you clicked. That order is nothing but whatever you clicked. So that's why I'm capturing that results in the order model variable or order model attribute. Order model attribute. So that means if you want to understand in the database wise, you can see here please, we have a order table, we have a order entry table. Okay, in the beginning of the session I shown you. So we have a order table, we have a order entry table. Okay, so let's say order is 101 and total is something. This is the record, and like this we have order records. Then order will have order entries, right? Order will have order entries. If you go here, are you guys are paying attention? Order will have order entries. These are the order entries. Okay, so therefore if you take the 101 order, it is having two order entries. It is having two order entries. This is what we have in the database. Now, can you observe this one, please? Now, this query executed. After executing the query, it is giving that order information which you are holding in the order model. Which you are holding in the order model object. So that means after this DAO, can I say this is the results? After the DAO, can I say this is the results? After DAO, can I say this is the results? I have an order model object which is having my order information. Yes or no? Are you guys are there?
Yes, Chenna. But what's the use of creation time in query?
Sorry.
But creation time in the query we used, right? What's the use of it?
No, we want creation time here. We display in the UI, right? Create a time. We want to display that in the UI when that order got created.
Isn't just PK is enough?
Okay, with the PK again you need to iterate and get it, but otherwise you can get the individual data also. You can also get with the PK. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now can you come back here, please? You need to pay attention here. You need to be very sharp now. So after executing this, it is giving the order data. So that order data I am putting in the order model. So please remember very simple straightforward conclusion here. If you have order in the commerce order model, if you have cart in the database in the commerce cart model, if you have address in the database address model, if you have user in the database user model, and so on so on. So that means this left side whatever we have is nothing but this order model object which is having that order details. Is that clear?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. Now we know that, okay, we know that order and order entries are already having a one-to-many relation, right? Order and order entry is having one-to-many relation, right?
Yes.
Yes. So one-to-many relation. So that means, for this order, I am also getting order entries. So you can see, so this is the order. It is having 3 entries. For now, I said 2. So now these are the database. What is the equivalent commerce terminologies? These are the records in the database. What are the equivalent commerce terminologies?
Order entry model.
Ah, very good. Order entry model. So therefore, this is one record, order entry record. This is order entry record. So therefore, in the commerce order entry model 1, order entry model 2. So this is the output of after DAO. After DAO, this is the results. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, Chenna.
Are you guys are there? Are you guys are there? Are you guys are there?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, very good. So therefore, this is the results after DAO. I'll just put a border here. So after DAO, these are all the results. After DAO, so these are all the results. Very good. Now you need to pay attention. Now you need to pay attention. After DAO, these are all the results. Now let's come back to our original discussion. So this is what we talked about, right? Let's go back to this diagram, not this one. This is the diagram, right? So therefore, we had a presentation layer. From presentation layer, we came to facade. From facade, we came to service. From service, you came to DAO. In the DAO, you executed the query. Now you are getting back the results. This is the flow, right? UI to controller. Okay, controller to facade layer to service layer to DAO layer. So here we are writing the query. From the query, that is giving the results return to service layer. Service layer will return to facade layer. This is where we have converter and populator. So after converter and populator, we have controller. From controller, so again you take and display in the UI, which is nothing but this one. So therefore, now this is finished, right? UI, you click the order number, it came to the controller. Okay, from the controller it came to facade. From the facade it came to service. In the service, we just now executed the query. After executing the query, this is the results. Okay, now you can see here, this is returning the results. This is returning the results to what? Service layer. Okay, you can see here, this is returning the results to service layer. So you can see it is returning the results to service layer. So that means after executing the service layer, can you see this one please? Okay, so service layer, it is returning the results to service layer. So that's why service layer output is also order models. So that means after service layer, what is the output? It's the same, right?
Yes,
Can
Chenna.
I put this diagram one more time like this? Please understand this well. I will change the terminologies. Now, so this is after service layer also. After service layer also, this is same. After service layer. Because service layer, DAO layer, you can see here please. This is the DAO layer, returning the order models, which is coming to service layer. Service layer is also returning the order models. Okay, so therefore, if you see this one, service layer is also returning the order models. Return order models. I will change this terminology here. So service layer is also returning the order models. Order model is connected with the order entry. So therefore entry is also coming into the picture. So this is what we have till now. So this is what we have from the service layer. Now service layer is also done. Once the service layer is done, then it will come to, can you go back to our diagram? Are you guys are there?
Facade layer.
Service layer is done. Service layer is done. Now it is coming to the facade layer. Okay, now you can see here please. Now it is coming to the facade layer. So in the facade layer, can you observe here? So in the facade layer, you got the model objects. So in the facade layer, you got the model objects. That means you need to visualize this diagram carefully now. So in the facade layer also, you got the model objects. That means this is what you got. This is what you got into facade layer. So now this is the facade layer. This is what you got into the facade layer. So that means these are written to here. These are written to here. So let's say this is the facade layer. Now you need to understand one key conclusion. Now you need to understand one key conclusion here. Take it as a granted. Take it as a granted. This is the key conclusion. That's it. So let's say if I want to insert a record, if I want to update a record, if you want to save the record, if you want to get the record, what are we using in SAP Commerce? What are we using in SAP Commerce? Tell me. Just now we have seen
Model object.
asterisk model classes are asterisk model objects. That's a simple straightforward. So that means to interact with the database, to interact. So this is a nice, beautiful conclusion here. To interact with the database, we have asterisk model classes or asterisk model objects. And these model classes are created based on these asterisk model classes are created based on
Item.
very good, based on asterisk hyphen items.xml changes. Similarly, this is a very powerful conclusion here. Similarly, now you are getting lots of data from database, right? Can you guys see this one? You are getting lots of data from database. You are getting the data. Where is the diagram? So you are getting the data from the database. Now you want to display this in the UI, right? End of the day, you need to display that in the UI, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That means you need to interact with the UI. To interact with the UI, you have the data objects. So therefore, to interact with the database, to interact with the UI, so we have asterisk data classes or asterisk data objects. These asterisk data classes are generated, created. No, it is a, let's use the word called generated based on asterisk facades hyphen beans.xml. This we will study one more time in detail how to create our own. Okay, so how to create our own model, how to create our own data object, how to create our own controller, how to create our own facade, how to create our own DAO. Our own DAO we will study in one more session. We are here to understand the existing ones. Is that clear? Let's be clear what is required.
Yes, sir.
Our target is something is given, where those are given, how those are given. That is the today's target. Don't get a question, okay, oh, this is the data object, how do we create? Or how it is generated? Oh, this is the converter, how it is generated, how it is created. Oh, this is the populator, how it is created, how it is. That questions we will see on Monday. Monday, everything we will write from scratch. Monday, everything we will write from scratch. For now, let's see how to use the existing ones. Let's see how to use the existing ones. That is the target for today. So that means data object is already given, something is given, all these are given. Okay, now let's come back here, please. So what I'm trying to say, for UI purpose, we have the data objects. For database purpose, we have the model objects. For example, so right now we have order. Okay, order is the database one, then order model, then what is the equivalent to order data? So let's say order in, let's say user, then user model, then what is the equivalent one? User data. Let's say customer, then what is the commerce database side?
Customer model.
Customer model. Then this one, customer data. Like this you will have. Like this you will have. If you want, you can see here. So order model dot java and order data dot java. Are you able to see? Next, order user model dot java, user data dot java. Okay, customer model dot java. Are you guys able to observe?
Yes, sir.
Customer model dot java, then customer data.java. Like this, you have the model files and the data files given. How to create our own, we will see on Monday session. For now, these are all given. Okay. Now, so this data, whatever you are getting, you need to display in the UI, right? This data, whatever you are getting, needs to display in UI. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes,
Whether order data, order entry data, you need to display in the UI. So this data we need to display in UI. So just now I told, for database purpose we have asterisk model objects, and for UI purpose we have
data.
asterisk data objects. This is very nice conclusion here. Oh, if I cut it, then no. What I will do is that I will just take this and put here. Okay, that's it. So therefore, this data, whatever you are getting from database, you need to display in the UI. So for UI purpose, we have the data objects. For UI purpose, you have the data objects. So that means right now I have model objects. Now model objects we need to convert into data objects, right? Right now what I have? Model objects. Now it's time to convert model objects into data objects. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you guys are there?
Yes, yes, Chenna.
Yes.
Yes,
So
Chenna.
right now we have model objects. Right now, so we have asterisk model objects, but for UI we need asterisk data objects, asterisk data objects. That's why it's time to convert. It's time to convert asterisk model objects into asterisk data objects. For this we have converter. For this we can use converters. For this we have converters. So now you can see here, please. So you can see, so this is the syntax. I'm just putting the syntax straightforward. Simple syntax here. Now you can see, so you are passing the model object here. You are passing the model object here. Okay, you are passing the model object here. So therefore, so right now this is what order, right? Get order converter dot convert of order model. If it is a user, get user converter dot convert of user model. If it is a cart, get cart converter dot convert of cart model. If it is a customer,
Customer model.
get customer converter dot convert of customer model. Like that you will have. So here you will pass the model objects. Then the output of this one is what? Data objects. Output of this one is data objects. Data objects. So that's why you can see that the return type is data objects. Can you see this one, please? The return is data objects. Are you guys are paying attention?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good. Now one more point is, so basically what this converter will do, it is trying to create a skeleton of the data objects. So that means, to understand in the simplest way, let me copy this one more time. You need to pay attention, please. So this is what converter will do. Converter just create the skeleton of this data objects. These are not models now. This is not the model, this is the data. So therefore, this is the order data. Okay, order data object. Now this is order or abstract order. So you will have abstract order here. So because it's a parent, right? Order entry data. Yeah, order entry data is also there. Yes. Yeah, order entry data. So this is order entry data object 1. This is order entry object, order entry data object 2. Like this you have. So this is the converter. So therefore converter create the skeletons. Now converter internally calls the populator here. Can you guys see these terminologies? Converter internally calls the populator. How it will call and all, I will show you Monday. Converter internally calls the populator. What this populator do? Okay, so this will take data from model object and put in the data object. This takes data from asterisk model objects and put in asterisk data objects. Is that clear? So that means after populator, are you guys are paying attention? No, I will not do this one. So this is after converter, right? So I will just write this as a after converter. After converter. So this is the results after converter. Then converter internally calls what? Converter internally calls
Populator.
So converter internally calls the populator. Converter internally calls the populator. Now after populator, so what is the purpose of the populator? It will take the data from data model object and put in the data object. So that means I will have all these things. You need to understand this one, please. Okay, so this is the order data, order entry data. So this is the order data object, order entry data object 1, order entry data object 2. Is that clear now? So what it is trying to do is that it will take, so see the definition. It will take the data from model object, put in the data object. Take the data from model object, put in the data object. Take the data from model object, put in the data object. Take the data from model object, put in the data object. Take the data from model object, put in the data object. So that's the purpose of the populator. That's why after the populator, my data objects are having that values. Is that clear?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, so now you can see, so right now see which is the populator called. So which is the populator called? For order purpose, you can see the terminology one more time. So for order purpose, you have order populator. For now we also have order entries, right? For order entry purpose, what the populator will be? Order entry populator. Like this, simple names here. Now you can see whether we have those or not. So order populator, you can see it's there. Next, order entry populator. So it's there. So then order populator, let's see whether it is called or not. Next, order entry populator. So please remember this, any populator will have populate method. Any populator will have populate method here. You can see populate method. This we need to override it. This we need to override it. Let's see whether these are called or not. You can see control is calling the order populator. Order populator is taking the order model data and putting in the order data. So that's why you can see source is model, target is, you can see here, source is your model object, target is data object. So if you go on to see that, okay, you can see they are taking from the source and putting in the target. Target is data object. Taking from the source, which is a model object, putting in the target, which is nothing but the data object. That's it, simple. Okay, now you can see order entry populator is called. Okay, order entry populator is called. Now you can see, so it's the same here. So order entry populator. Source is what? Order entry model. Target is order entry data. Target is order entry data. So you are taking from the source. Okay, you are taking from the source, putting in the entry. Entry means target, order data, and so on, so on. So like this, all the data is populated. Are you guys are there?
Yes,
That's it. That's it. So now my data objects are ready. These are the data objects here. These are the data objects, and in the data objects, I have the data. Now these data objects will be passed to the controller. These data objects will be passed to the controller. Passed to the controller. Will be passed to the controller. Now you can see that's why in the controller, so you got the data objects. Can you see this one? Data objects. Are you guys paying attention?
question. Hello.
Okay. Okay. Then finally, we are keeping this order data into a variable model attribute. Why we need to keep in the model attribute? Model attribute is available for UI. Model attribute is available for UI. So we are keeping all these things in the model attribute because model attributes are available for UI. So therefore, if I am displaying the data in the UI, I will be displaying from where?
Model
From this
attribute.
order entry data or order data. Now let's see, the UI is created with the .NET. I'll just finish this. Okay, now, so this is the UI, right? And so just now we have seen that file. Do you remember that file name? Just now we added that. Okay, no. This is a different file, right? Now let's see this. I'll remove these breakpoints here because if breakpoints are there, one more time it will execute. I just removed. Now, so this is displayed. This is displayed from order entry data. This is displayed from order entry data. This is displayed from order entry data. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
This is displayed from order entry data. This is displayed from order entry data. This is displayed from order entry data. Order entry data. Do you agree? Yes. Let's see whether it is correct or not. So I will right click inspect element. I'll right click inspect element. So I will take this total. Let's see where it is available. In the JSP or a tag file, search it. So there are 8 occurrences. Out of the 8 occurrences, let's see which extensions those are. So do I need to focus first, third, fourth? Do I need to focus on first, second, first, third, fourth? No need. You can directly jump onto the star storefront extension. In the star storefront extension, so right now this is the cart. I don't want to cart. So go to the order entry. So is the name is matching? Is the name is matching? Okay, so name is matching. So now to prove that this is the correct one, so just delete this and see. Come here, refresh. Come here, refresh. You are not seeing any details. That's good. That means this is the correct file. Now let's observe one by one. Whatever you are having here is coming from order entry data or not. order entry data or not. Okay, so the first one is what? Product image. Okay, so product image. Okay, can you see product image? Product image is, can you see this one? Product image is getting from order entry. What is the order entry? You can see in the top. Order entry is nothing but what? What is the order entry?
Order entry data.
Order entry. So that means you are taking from the order entry data of that particular product and particular image and displaying here. Now this is the name. Okay, name. You can see order entry dot product dot, sorry, product code. So you can see this is the product code, right? So order entry dot product dot code. Similarly, name order entry dot product dot name. Okay. Similarly, eligibility. These things like this, you can see all these are coming from order entry only. You can see order entry, start stock, all those things. Like this, you are taking from the order entry data object and displaying the UI. Is that clear? Complete flow? Any questions?
Yes, Chenna. So
Yeah, go ahead.
but order model dot creation time in flexible search query, I'm still not able to get that one. Why that is required?
Sorry.
In the find orders by code flexible search query, creation time is there and order code is there in the select statement, right?
You can also use the PKs here. I already told. Okay, you can just use the PK and start writing this. It will work.
Okay, so that's unnecessary, right?
No, that queries are very generic, right? They might have been have some other purpose, some other place.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so those are the queries written for entire commerce purpose. Maybe there could be some specific purpose for now. So if you want to go with it, that's what the next example, whatever we are covering on Monday, we will use the PKs only.
Okay, thanks, Chenna.
Next question, please.
And test IDs are used in JSP tag file. What are those for? If you go back to the view source in here.
View source.
Yeah, inspect and view. Yeah, sorry, inspect, just inspect.
Okay.
For a particular row, there is test tag, right? Sorry, can you just inspect? Can you go back to the source code?
I mean,
in the Eclipse actually. Yeah, here y-commerce colon test ID. What's the use of that actually?
this is the basically this is the kind of a test ID. You can see this is the code. This is a tag library basically. That tag library is giving some kind of UI for us. Okay.
That's auto.
Body content something. Yeah. This is a tag.
Okay.
These are the different libraries given for us. They are using it. And if you are not using this, let's say this is what. Let's see this one. Okay. If you are not using this, what happens? Y-commerce test. So this is used for the price. Okay. Now let me remove for the price. You can see what happens. Something will miss definitely. Let's remove this one. Okay. Now come to see that's entire is broken. Broken or it's loading. I think it's loading. Let it load. Okay, so you can see this is the commerce tags test library. Okay, this one, ChennaRedDress, this one. Render a text wrapper. Body content. Okay, code true. Basically, these are the sanitizer, HTML sanitizer kind of a library.
Okay, sir. Just to clean up the HTML IDs. Yeah, got it.
Okay, so that's about this one. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Else, we will
Can you show
cover
me
that.
the full diagram one more time? Can you show me the diagram one more time?
This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So till now, okay. So till now, we have seen, okay, we have seen how the out of the box code is given. So we have observed for a unidirectional flow, and we have observed the for bidirectional flow. We have observed for the unidirectional flow. We have observed for the bidirectional flow. Now the next is okay. Now the next is how to write the custom code. How to write the custom code. This custom code will split into 3 scenarios here. This custom code will split into 3 scenarios. That's it. Then it is very easy for you to write it. This custom code will split into 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. Scenario 1 is what? Okay. So UI is already given. Please understand this. UI is already given. So UI given, SAP Commerce Code given, UI given, SAP Commerce Code given. When I say SAP Commerce Code, what does that mean? I am writing the meaning. So DAO, service layer, facade layer, converter, populator, controller, all these are given. So UI is given, okay, this is given, and database is also given. Then what is the question? Then what is the scenario? Scenario is, okay, so then what is the scenario? You need to understand the scenarios first. Scenario is UI is already given, commerce code is already given. When I say commerce code, DAO file, service file, facade file, converter, populator, okay, controller, all these are things are given. Okay, so converter, populator, all these things are given, and the database is also given. Then what is the requirement? The requirement is create new attribute or column in database and display its value in UI. Is that clear requirement? For example, can you see this one, please? Okay, so we have the order. Can you observe this one, please? This is the order details. Now you can see, so these are all given. Assume that this item is having some discount. This item is having some discount. Are we displaying that as per the OOTV?
No.
Are we displaying that as per the OOTV? No. Now we want to display it. That is the requirement. So that means if you want to see the diagram, this is the diagram. So this is the diagram. So you can see, so this product code, product image, all these things are coming. Okay, this one. So let me take this into Paint. Let me take this into Paint. Look at here, please. Okay, so this is the order details page. Now this is given, 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 and the corresponding database is given, corresponding commerce code is given. But the requirement is, if any item is having discount, that item discount you need to store it in the database. From the database, display in the UI. This is the requirement. These kind of common requirements will be there here in the companies. That's why I'm telling clearly, we'll divide the code into 3 pieces. Custom code into 3 pieces. Scenario 1 is what? UI already given, commerce code is already given, database is already given. Then the scenario is create a new attribute in the database, create a new attribute, display its value in the UI. Is the requirement is clear, everyone? Is the requirement clear, everyone?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes, Chenna.
You can see here, please. So these are, I'm putting the green color. This is given, this is given, this is given, this is given, this is given. The corresponding database is given. Just now we have seen corresponding commerce code is also given, right? Just now we have seen the code, how this code is. Everything is given. But the requirement is what we want to create a new attribute, new column, which hold this item discount. This item discount. We want to create that and keep that discount value and display that discount value in the UI. If the requirement is clear, then it is easy to do it. Shall we do?
Yes,
So then remaining two scenarios we'll see again. But make sure you understand this complete thing. Okay. So then the step number one is, tell me, I need to create a new attribute, right? So step number one is create new attribute. Now tell me, shall I create a new table, new attribute, or shall I create the attribute in the existing place? Shall I create the attribute in the existing place, or shall I create a new table, new attribute?
Existing place.
Existing. Okay. So therefore, we need to create new attribute in existing place. Existing place means existing type, because that is where you have the name, description, price, quantity, all those things. Same place you need this. Same place you need this. Okay, so therefore it's time to identify where are these. It's time to identify where are these. Okay, so therefore it's time to identify where are these. It's time to identify where these are. For that, what we can do is that we know these are the order entries. So I can go to the back office, open one of the order entry, and you can see I told you this is a display label, and when you hover it, whatever tooltip, that is nothing but the code. Whatever tooltip, that is nothing but the code. Let me see where this total price, or let me see where this base price. Okay, so therefore I will go here, search qualifier, right? Qualifier, QALIFIR, qualifier equal to base price. I need to search where here, asterisk hyphen items dot XML. So there is only one here. Excellent. Okay, there is only one, and that is also abstract order entry. That is also abstract order entry, which is exactly matching with the current requirement, right?
yes,
Which is exactly matching with the current requirement. Now you can observe here most of the attributes are there or not. I will just minimize it, then you can see. You need to find a place where these are, right? So this base price, okay, you need to find the place. Which place where this base price, quantity, all these things are there. You can see in this, there is a base price, there is a quantity, there is a product, there is a total, all these things are there. So that means this is the correct place to add the new attribute. This is the correct place to add the new attribute. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, okay, shall I add the attribute here? Let's say example, I will just hit enter. Shall I add the attribute here saying, let's say RRS line item discount. Okay, RRS line item discount. And let's say this is of type string. This is of type string. Shall I do this one? Yes, you can do this. It will work, no problem. But is it the best practice to do it? Is it the best practice to do it? Okay, shall I add like this? Yes, we can add the new attribute. Yes, you can add the new attribute like this. But is it the best practice? Is it the best practice?
No, it's not. Because
Okay,
during
so
migration,
this will work, no problem. This will work, no problem, but not best practice because this is the standard file, OOTB file, not best practice. So this will work, no problem. This will work, no problem. This will work, no problem. But this is not the best practice to do. Then where can we do the data model changes?
At core items.xml.
Yes, you can copy the signature. You can copy the signature. Go to the star store print extension. Star store print extension. Star core extension. So ChennaReddyTraining core extension. Go here, resources. Here we have the item.xml file. Here we have the item.xml file and paste that signature. Paste that signature and add the attribute. I just added the RRS line item discount. That's it. This is the best practice. Even though you do here, that will work, but that is not the best practice, and this is the best practice. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone?
Sure. So we have to give auto create 2 for the attribute, right?
Auto create
True for the attribute, right?
that is default. Okay, that is the default. So default value is true, right?
Default value is the parent tag, whatever it's tag.
No, that's what I told. Okay, so this is also having a default value. Let's see where is auto create. So modifiers. So here, so create equal to auto create, right? So you can see this one here. Auto create. We put it here equal to. So you can see what the default value. Default value is true. So this will have the first priority. So if you, okay, this will have the first priority. So that's why it will take it, not a problem. Okay, now let's come back here, please. So this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. So therefore, instead of doing the changes here, you can do the changes here and create a new attribute. Once you create the new attribute, step number 2 is do the build. Okay, do the build. When you do the build, what happens? This is one more nice diagram if you want to understand. So you can see this diagram is also explains a lot. Yeah. I'll just put this also here. Yeah, you can see here. This is also same thing, but different way of explanation. I can also explain from here. You can see. So we have a order entries in the database right now. Order code, entry code is there, price is there, quantity is there, total is there, records are there. Now our requirement is we want to create one more column in the entry level. We want to create one more column in the entry level. So therefore, we have done the data model changes just now. After doing the data model changes, now we are doing the build. When we do the build, then what happens? When we do the build,
model file is generated.
Yes, in this model object, you will see our attribute. You can see RRS attribute. So that is what you can see here. In this model RRS attribute got created. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Next, you can start the server and perform update. Step number 3, you can start the server and perform the HAC update. When you perform the HAC update, in the database column get created. You can see here, please. Okay, so this is the database. This is the database. In the database, column get created. In the database, column get created. Are you guys clear? In the database, column get created. So that means after update, you can see in the administration tab. In the administration tab, that RRS line item get created. So you can see RRS line item get created here. So here you can specify the discount. Let's say this item is having 29% discount. Okay, click on save, and this item is having whatever discount you want, you can put it. So let's say this is having 38% discount. Okay, so this is having how much? Something, let's say 47% discount. Like that, you can configure the discount data. Like that, you can configure the discount data. Like that, you can configure the discount data. So far clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to understand in the current diagram whatever we created, so therefore now here new column get created. So in the database, new column get created here. So here you are giving the discount. Let's say this is 29% discount. This is a 37, 39, 38% discount, like that. You are giving the discount. Then in these model variables, I'm putting entirely different color which is not used. Which color is not used? I think this green color is not used. So therefore, in these model objects, okay, so discount will be there. So let's say this is 29%, and this will be how much? 38%. Like that, discounts are there in these model objects. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. Now these model objects are written to this entire logic is there. Model objects are written to service layer. So therefore here also discount will be 29%, and discount will be 38%. And this again written to the, are you guys are paying attention? No changes, you can see, just coming because of the existing code. So discount will be 29% and discount will be 38%. Is that clear so far?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So till now that is the results, no change. Okay, you perform the update, then this is. Next, then it will come to the so facade layer. In the facade layer, we have the model objects. Model objects you need to convert into data objects. And this model object data you need to keep in the data object. To keep in the data object, am I having a variable in this data objects?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now, so
We don't
this
have.
is what. Okay. So right now, asterisk model object is having the RRS line item discount attribute, but in data object we don't have it. We don't have it. So therefore, it's time to create attribute or variable in the data object also. In the data object, it's time to create an attribute in the data object. Which is the attribute? Which is the data object? Order entry data object. And just now I told, asterisk model object attributes are created based on, attributes are generated based on items.xml changes. That is what we have done. Similarly, asterisk data object attributes generated based on the asterisk facades-beans.xml. So therefore, now I will go on to find out where is that order entry data. Order entry data in the asterisk facades-beans.xml. beans.xml. There are 13 places. Let's identify which is the place. Now you can see here I don't have base price, quantity, all those things, right? That's why it's not correct. Let's move on. So here also I don't have base price, quantity, total, all those things. That's why it's not correct. Okay. Can you observe this one? No, not this one. Can you observe this one here? Is it matching with the current requirement?
Yes, sir.
So you have the quantity, you have the base price, you have total price, you have product. So many things are there. So that means this is matching. So here you can create one more attribute, property name equal to. So let's say you can give the same name here or you can give the different name. So I'm just giving the different name because most of the OOTP code will have the same name, but try to give the same name. Chenna line item discount, like that I'm giving, and the type equal to, let's say, string. Type equal to string. So this is how you can do it. This is how you can do it. So this will work no problem, this will work no problem, but this is not the best practice. Why this is not the best practice?
Out of the box code.
So this is the out of the box code. Okay, so this will work no problem, but this is not the best practice. Then where can I do this change? So if you want to do this change, copy the signature. So this is the commerce facade, right? Similarly, you have star facade. That means ChennaReddyTraining facade. Go there, go to the resources. So here also you have the beans file. So here you can add that line. Here you can add that line. That's it. This is the best practice. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the best practice you need to do. So this is how you can create it. This is how you can create it. So now do the build. After builder, in the data objects, you will find the new attribute. So you can see the data object. Can you see this one, please? Are you guys paying attention? So in the data object, you will find the new attribute. You can see this is a new attribute. So that means after build, so our data object will have the discount. Our data object will have the discount. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Our data objects will have the discounts. Our data objects will have the discounts. That's it. That is what it is explained in this diagram also. Let's go to this diagram also. Can you see this one, please? Here also it is the same. It's a different way explanation. That's it. So we have the database order entry table. So we have done the changes, and in the model object, new attribute got created. In the database, new column got created. We entered the data. So now if you see the data object is not having it, but model object is having it. So therefore it's time to create a variable in the data object. For that you are doing the change. So therefore after this change, in the data object also you have the variable. In the data object also you have the variable. That is what we just now we discussed. Okay, so then finally what is there? So now this new attribute value you need to put in the data object, right? This new attribute value you need to put in the data object. That means that new attribute, whatever you added in the that you need to take from model object, put in the data object. Take from model object, put in the data object is nothing but populator, right?
Populator.
So do the populator changes. Do the populator changes. For now, I am doing in the out of the box one. Monday we'll see how to write our own populator. So this is order entry populator. Order entry populator.java. So every populator will have populate method. In the populate method, you can see here, please, can you see this one? I am getting from order entry. Order entry means model object. From model object, I am getting it and putting in the entry. Entry means data object. So that means after populator, if you come to our diagram, so after populator, where is that? This one, right? So after populator, my data object also will have. My data object also will have
Discount.
Discount equal to, this is 29%. Discount equal to here 38%. That's it. That's it. That's it. So that is what I explained here also. You can see here. So now we are doing the, so therefore now we are doing the populator change. After populator change, my data object also will have that values. My data object also will have that values. My data object also will have that values. Okay, you can see my data object is also having that value. Okay, so now, okay, finally what you do, you can do the UI changes. So you can go to the UI. So where is the UI for this? So just now we have seen the UI. What the UI file name here? Anyone remember? Just now I shown you, right? Order entry asterisk dot tag file. Order entry details dot tag file. Yeah, this is the one just now I shown you, right? So this is the one which is giving the UI. So here I need to display the one which is coming from the database. So therefore, what I will do is that I will write the logic. Can you see this one, please? Okay. Now I can see order entry. What is the order entry? Order entry data. So from the order entry data, I am taking ChennaReddyTraining line item. Okay, ChennaReddyTraining line item, which is the data object attribute, value. So you take and display it. So that's why if you go on the UI, refresh it, then you will get that first item 29, second item 38, third item 47. Like this, you can get the data from the database and display in the UI. Like that, you can get the data from the database and display in the UI. Finally, let's recap the conclusion. Whenever you have the scenario 1, what is the scenario 1? Okay, so UI is given, commerce code is given, database is given, create a new attribute and display its value in the UI. Further, what are the steps here? Step number 1, create new attribute. Step number 2, create new attribute in asterisk hyphen items.xml. Then create new attribute in asterisk facades hyphen beans.xml. Then step number 3 is do the populator changes. Step number 4 is do the UI changes here. That's it, we did. See, I put this diagram, everything step by step, but at the end of the day, we just did these simple steps. We created a new attribute. Okay, so we created a new attribute that is coming in the database, that is coming in the model attribute. Then we created a new attribute in the data object. Okay, and we did the populator changes so that this value will come to the data object, and this you are taking and displaying in the UI. Only 4 steps. So this is very common requirement. Whenever you have this requirement, you can keep our example and start doing it. That's it here. If you have any question, you can ask for now. Is that clear? Scenario 1 code is clear for everyone?
Yes, Chenna.
Soumit, Sudhakar, Vishnu Priya. Okay, so that's all for today.